When we say sovereignty starts at home, sometimes we mean that literally. We get to work with pioneers like Danny Jordan, who began working for the tribe in 1971, who's still going strong, and you could see his handprints on policy, legislation, and many progressive issues in Indian country. One example is in 1988, tribal leaders and representatives were successful in securing legislation for the initial funding of the Tribal Self-Governance Demonstration Project. In that time, agencies administering Indian programs could not complete amendments to PL 93-638, the Indian Self-Determination and Education Assistance Act of 1975.
So we negotiated the self-governance agreement, first of its kind in the nation, transferring authority over to tribes. And Cherokee joined. Cherokee was the fifth tribe that signed. They picked up everything that we did and simply adopted it. So the first self-governance tribes were us four, Hoopa, Jamestown, Lummi, Quinault, and then Cherokee joined. That's what started the self-governance movement. And how that differs from today is that every one of us knew why we wanted to do it, and every one of us had problems with our relationship with the BIA. And it wasn't just the BIA; it was with the United States, because the BIA has always been a dumping ground for every Indian problem. The water issues, the fishery issues, all of it was just simply dumped on the BIA. And you had Forest Service that was not part of it. You had Bureau of Reclamation was not part of it. Fish and Wildlife Service was not part of it. And National Fisheries Service was not part of it. So in some ways, the BIA was over criticized for what they were doing, but they were the only ones talking to us, and so it was easy for us to target the BIA. There's the two sides of tribal sovereignty is that you can waive it, you can be subordinate to anybody because you don't have laws, or you can write laws to say, unless you can prove it, as an outsider, state or feds, unless you can prove we're doing something wrong, this is our law, and show us what we're doing wrong. So preempt us. We win more battles in everything that we do by having the framework of law, not to impose on Hoopa people, but in fact to confront the people on the outside. The Weir is a good project. I mean, it's a good example of that. It is something that the state and the feds are trying to say, we have an Endangered Species Act that we have to regulate you. But we're managing on this reservation, as of today, October 6, 2016, we're operating without their approval because we're doing it right. We're not doing, Indian people were not the cause of ESA listing. So all they're doing is checking a box on us. We've decided, and just like the reason why we have many laws, they're not to regulate Hoopa people, but in fact to create a sovereign barrier. That this line right here is the reason why it's a dark line, is because when you do it here, it changes the standard. If you don't have this line, these guys have to bleed over, right? They'll say, well, we have to regulate because you may do it wrong, because we're the trustee, we have to protect you from yourself. The state of California could say, well, you don't have any laws, so we have to protect you from yourself because you'll hurt yourself. When you have these laws in place, you create this barrier, and it changes the standard for the state, the feds, the county, that says unless you do something wrong, as a matter in our law, and even if they say we do something wrong, you're the sovereign, right? You have a right to have laws. If they don't like your laws, they have to deal with you as a government to change those laws. They can't just come in and preempt you. These guys are trying to preempt right here by saying that these products are interstate commerce.